this, where there's so much is at stake, it's only fair to consult the other party and let us agree how do we move forward to actualize the requirements set out under the Supreme Court ruling.
All right, but also I'd like to hear, but apart from the consultations, that there was no spirit of cooperation, like you mentioned. Are you comfortable? What are you uncomfortable with regard to this amendment bill? But before you answer that, as you can see on your screens, we're focusing on what's happening with the NASA anti-IEBC demos. Those are pictures coming to us. Is that Kibra? And on the other side, Kisumu. I beg your pardon, Kisumu. And we also have Nairobi on the other side of the screens. That's just side Anniversary Tower. So that is in Kondele. As you can see, the demos have already begun, and in earnest, quite a number of people have come out really to be part of the demonstrations. And as you can see, still here in Nairobi, things are still calm. We had Chris Tairu earlier on just giving us an update that today there seems to be more police officers who have been deployed to the city center more than they were last week. And so we wish to see if indeed it's going to be a chaotic turn of events. But as you can see on the other side of the screen, quite peaceful, with the NASA supporters just coming out to be part of the demos that will be taking place across the country, and especially in the strongholds, in the places that are considered as opposition strongholds. So that is what's happening there. We'll be speaking shortly to Rashid Ronald to give us an update of that. Just after this, where exactly are these supporters heading to? We'll be getting the latest from Rashid Ronald, even as we wait to see what's going to be happening here in the city. Remember that last week the principals were not part of the protests or demonstrations, and they said that their foot soldiers, that is their supporters, came out to really represent and send out their message, which they did. All right, so coming back to our discussion, Dr. I was asking you to do something to do with, apart from, that spirit of incorporation, that should be there, especially within things to do with Parliament and the proceedings. Do you think, what exactly is NASA uncomfortable with these proposed laws?
If you have had an occasion to read the majority rule in the Supreme Court judgment, they have been very clear in their mind that the bungled election was not necessarily lack of adequate laws. It was complete failure to follow the laid down procedures under Section 83 of the Election Act, various provisions in the Constitution, and their own regulations. And that's why our council were very clear that IEBC was a law into itself. It would set the law, break them with impunity, without caring what's the outcome. We are saying we might probably have no problem with the amendments that are being proposed. But the amendments, the way they're being presented, is as if they're geared towards protecting a certain objective, achieving a certain objective, not necessarily achieving free and fair elections.
All right, let me take you up on that. One of the things that, these proposed laws, are going